Hey, what's going on? It's KLA Cloud Wanderer, and on a Sunday I have Emily Bennett, and she's here to talk about how she became a bodybuilder and along with her fitness journey. How are you, Emily? How you been?
I've been doing really good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Good. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with me.
Absolutely. Thank you for presenting me with the opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's it's a lot to talk about. So you're like a wellness coach.
Yes,
Tell me about that.
I call myself a wellness coach just because I dabble in a few different categories, going from recovery to nutrition to strength. So I like to call myself well-rounded, therefore a wellness coach.
Okay. So you've been doing that for 2 years. Like how? What got you started doing that?
So I started off with my Olympic coaching. I have my level one certification in that. And then, you know, a blessing in disguise, in June of 2023, I got into a car wreck. And then I found out that I had a form of an autoimmune disease. And so that kind of woke me up a little bit, and I wanted to really learn about nutrition. I wanted to learn how to mitigate the symptoms, how to speed my recovery through the healthiest way possible. And so I started working at a local nutrition shop, Max Fit Sports Nutrition. And when you're in the supplement industry, you get exposed to a lot of those in the bodybuilding world. And so after a few conversations with IFBB pros, amateurs, and all in between, I decided to give it a go.
Okay. So yeah. So you also compete. Like I seen like pictures of you. You do like natural bodybuilding, OCB.
Yes, so I competed in two NPC shows, and then I also competed in an
Okay.
OCB, but still a
Okay.
natural athlete.
When Okay, that's good. And you do wellness also.
Mhm.
So you like wellness.
I do. With my history of an Olympic weightlifter, the bigger legs
Yeah.
naturally come with that, so use that as my advantage.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like what made you wanted to compete?
I I wanted to see if I could do it. And after I did
Oh,
my first show, actually I did with only 8 weeks prep, when the recommended is about 20.
8 weeks ago.
um and so then
Right.
after the results of that first show, I decided to keep going, but that momentum falls short because, man, is that sport expensive.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Yeah, I've heard. I mean, I've heard like you gotta really be financially stable to win and compete. And
Hmm.
yeah, it's a lot, especially with women. They gotta pay for suits and all that type of stuff, and get your hair done and nails, all that.
Makeup. Hmm.
And I'm sure like with the suit yeah, the makeup and all that type of stuff. Yeah, with like the posing, like was that hard for you, or did it come natural?
It it takes practice. It was one of those things where I started out
Yeah.
just looking at photos, and looking back, it gives me a good laugh now. But thanks to local posing clinics and, the local competitors that I have in my community, we've been able to team up and fine tune that. If I'm being totally honest, even though I don't have a show on the schedule, I'm still posing just about every time I go to the gym.
Okay. Okay. So always George Page. Good evening, everyone. Hey, what's going on, George? And wellness is a division that you need to be a bit more uneven in the bottom and top. Yeah.
And I
So,
personally love that.
so yeah. So I could show some pictures of you in action, and Yeah. So what show is this?
That was the Rock Hard. That was my second show.
Oh, okay. So how was your first? I mean, like, oh yeah, you said that it took you like eight weeks to get prepared, 8 weeks to get prepared and stuff. But you
Yeah.
just but technically it was 20.
Yes. For
Were
the
you
first
were you
show,
that anxious? Were you? Oh, okay.
absolutely. I was absolutely anxious, you know. I'm used to stepping on stage in a super tight onesie and lifting up weights, not standing up there and showcasing the femininity.
Yeah, yeah. I would say, yeah, yeah. I mean, you have a nice physique and stuff, and
Thank you.
yeah. Like, were you nervous? Were you that nervous in front of the stage or anything like that?
Y- Yes, because it was new. It was very new and different. Um, I was very fortunate that I was able to have my coach backstage with me. And my coach is Elliot Durman. You may know of him.
Tell you the truth, no. I mean, like I'm not so like too familiar with coaches like that. I try to,
Neither am I.
I'm trying to understand the sport more. I've been to some shows like OCB. I've been to the New York Pro and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep it real. Just I'm more of a spectator with I'm a spectator. I'm gonna just leave it like that.
Yeah,
So
and you know, being transparent with you, I'm a competitor. I don't know who the Wellness Olympia is. I couldn't name you three IFBB pros off the top of my head.
yeah, it's a lot of them. It's a lot. I mean, there were ones like in the past that you probably don't even know about. You
Absolutely.
just have to. I mean, it's a lot of people that competed, like especially with women and stuff. I don't know. Are you familiar with like the male competitors? Because some like women I've spoke to, like they're more familiar with the men than what
Mhm.
they are with the women. So
Hmm.
yeah, so it'd be like that sometimes. And all the rage, your posing and routine is important and stuff. How is it? How important for you it is? Like as a
It's
as a wellness competitor.
it is extremely important because, you know, of course you want to have the muscle mass, you want to have the definition, but what truly sets you apart and catches the judge's eye is your personality on stage. And, you know, as an anxious competitor, that posing routine is the only consistent thing on stage. You don't know who you're going to be around. You don't know how many times they're going to say quarter right turn. Um, but you know what to expect with your routine. So if you're comfortable and confident, it's definitely reflected on stage.
Uh, was there like a lot of competitors on your first show?
There were a good number. I am in the Panhandle of Florida, Panama City Beach, and so
Okay.
our local shows. Unfortunately, actually, the first two shows that I did are no longer shows. So you know they were kind of on the smaller end, but I was very fortunate because I was competing against veteran competitors. You know, this isn't their second show. This isn't their third show. They've been doing this for a minute. So knowing that I was coming into that definitely made me step it up a little bit.
Okay. And this was like an OCB show. Yeah.
The the OCB was my last show, and
Oh,
that
okay.
one was in Tallahassee, the Winter Classic. Um,
Oh, okay.
and that one was actually a pro amateur show. So I got
Yeah.
to interact with a lot of pros there. And so, again, just sparking that, ooh, this is something interesting. This is something fun.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, something else caught my eye, but not to go off topic. You also do like you're like a showgirl or something like that with the numbers like in the boxing stuff like that.
So that was unfortunately a one-time thing, fully
Okay.
open for the opportunity again. But yes, that's for our local fight league, and I was very fortunate enough to do a ring girl opportunity.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You seem like you had like quite an experience. What this was like what mixed martial arts type of thing?
Yes, it was. They have all of it. They have.
Boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I got yeah yeah, I see that. Yeah, and then yeah.
And so
So what?
that picture right there, the gentleman standing in the middle, that is Thor. He is the owner of a local jujitsu
Okay,
here, and he's the one who actually granted me that opportunity. So that's the man right there.
okay, okay. Out of curiosity, you ever thought about doing it? Like actual like go in the ring?
You know, I did always joke in high school and college that if weightlifting didn't work out, I'm gonna become the next Ronda Rousey. But with that, I do know someone personally that is an amateur, and
Right.
he actually is 4-0 right now. So I do understand what kind of goes into it. I don't think I can handle being hit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not for everybody. It's not. So yeah, it's really tough. That George made a lot of comments and stuff. If you are interested in mid-May, Pittsburgh Pro is having a natural pro qualifier. He tells you that. Like, what is your plans like in terms of competing? Like, how was your last show? Also,
Um, my last show was fantastic.
oh, okay,
It was the OCB show. Um, you know, just putting it all out on the table and being fully transparent. It's the financial. And, I'm very fortunate, thanks to people like you who are providing me these opportunities to share my story, get my face out there. Who knows? I have made myself that promise. If I do start making income from social media, that's going towards stepping on stage again. That is my goal because like I said, I'm still natural. I have not hit that threshold yet. I want to take it, all the way and see how far I can go.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know any of the wellness pros yet. I'm aware of the other divisions. Yeah, so and she can make a good living as a ring girl. Yeah. Yeah, so back to the natural like what you do as a wellness coach, like you've been doing, yeah, you said you've been doing it for like two years and stuff like that. Like how was your experience like helping people?
It provides a sense of fulfillment
Right.
that I have not been able to achieve in any other avenue yet. I was just coincidentally, I was just speaking to a coworker this morning stating how when you explain something to somebody and you just see it click in their eyes, there is no, oh, I taught you that. It's you get it. You get it. And so you just want to celebrate with them. So, selfishly, it makes me feel great.
Mm, yeah. I mean it's not easy for people to lose weight and eat the right foods and yeah, it can be a struggle at times. And then, like it's funny because like they got like these plant-based foods and they don't taste too good, but and you don't know what that's about. And and I noticed like the healthy foods, they're expensive. and the food that's not good for you, it's easy to access, and it's cheaper. So
Hmm.
it's really it's interesting. Yeah.
And with that, just pinging off of that, because I'm fortunate enough that I have stepped on stage, but I'm also at a point where I can't do XYZ because I'm not in that financial position. I do express to clients that there's a difference between having a healthier lifestyle and getting ready for the stage. There is a huge difference. And when it comes to money, I'm a very big believer in whole foods. And so, your carbs are going to be your rice, your oats. And I've worked with a lot of clients who are on a very strict budget. And so when I create their meal plan, I'm being mindful of what are the prices of these items right now? Are we going to spend less and, get the great value long grain 2 pound bag of rice for $1 so that we can spend that extra $2 on an extra pound of chicken for the week?
Yeah.
And, I do those extra steps because I get it. I've been there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's really good. Like you kind of sympathize with people. So yeah, it's not very easy. I got my faults too. There's moments where I try to be conscious, but then sometimes I just be like, I don't care.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. So you guys, I like your pictures. You do modeling also.
So maybe one day. But that was actually just a mini photo shoot that I had for a little promotion for the company that I work for,
Yeah.
Sunburn Dispensary. And I ride a bike every day. That is my daily. So why not throw that bad boy in there?
Yeah. What made you want to ride a motorcycle?
So a good friend of mine that goes to the same gym as me, after my car wreck, he really helped me out, really helped me get my feet underneath me. And he's the one who presented the idea. And he took me to go get my motorcycle endorsement. And he was with me when we got the bike. And I was very fortunate enough that by the time my birthday came around, he said, "Happy birthday. That thing's yours." So
Mm.
very, very proud.
You be going fast, or like how fast you be going?
Max 90, and that's if I'm heading to Pensacola.
Oh,
But again, like I said, it's my daily. And
yeah,
with everything I do, I got to protect this body. I don't want no scrapes.
yeah, yeah. Why you don't get a car though? Like out of curiosity, like not feeling it.
Not necessarily. It's just in the position that I'm in right now, finances.
Yeah, yeah. I got you. Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. I got you. He says nice bike.
Thanks.
And then he got a question for you. Have you asked your company to sponsor you as a competitor?
I have not. The reason being is because I work for a medical marijuana dispensary and I am only in the state of Florida. Okay, well, now you're breaking my logic. I probably should.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he really he talks with a lot of women bodybuilders. He's more
Awesome.
aware of of the industry and stuff like that. So he knows the shows, all that type of stuff. So yeah, yeah. So why don't we look at like these clips of you in action, like you got practicing your posing and all that type of stuff. You doing weightlifting and like how long do you stay in the gym?
Man, it depends what kind of workout I'm doing. If I'm doing an
Yeah,
Olympic session, I'm going to be there for an hour to an hour 45. If I'm doing a bodybuilding session, 45 to an hour.
yeah,
I like to switch it
yeah.
up. I get
Like
bored.
yeah, yeah. And you was telling me about you did powerlifting in the Olympics or something like that, right? Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you.
Wow, that thing never was never televised. It was in live stream.
Um So the competition that we're speaking about is the 2022 National Championships. I
Okay.
do believe it was live streamed because it's USAW, so they do live stream their competitions a lot. But I don't think it was televised.
Hmm. Yeah. You like working on your legs a lot?
Absolutely, leg day every day. So
Yeah.
my and like our knowledgeable gentleman said, wellness is going to be a little uneven in the upper body and lower body.
Right.
My upper body has always naturally been bigger. And
Mm.
so this has kind of allowed me to balance it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing like this is what kind of attracted me to want to talk to you. I seen you kind of moving on your own and stuff like that. And it's, yeah, it's very interesting that you pick like you like like you didn't find help to like somebody to help you like move or anything like that.
So, funny story. I did actually ask somebody who, yes, I did actually ask somebody, and the day that we both had off, they said, I don't really feel like it. And I said, all right, well, this is the only day I had to do it. And so, looking at my schedule, the only other time was 6 p.m. on a Friday. And of course, it happened to be raining. And so I said, all right, I guess I got to suit up after an 8-hour shift, go drive this U-Haul and move this furniture.
You know, was this a guy or
Take a guess.
yeah, yeah, I take it. So in other words, we kind of disappoint you guys, and so that's why you guys got to do things by yourself.
It's it's one of those things where I remind myself that I'm still able to take care of me.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at you.
But
Are you like oh
I was just going
now
to
go
say,
ahead.
you said it.
No. So I take it you're more you're single lady and stuff, and you know.
Yes, but obviously with the whole car situation, with the wanting to step on stage, I got my priorities laid out.
Okay, all right, all right. So well, we got to do what we need to do.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So how far do you see yourself like in terms of like getting your pro card or just competing in general?
Man, it's one of those things where if I would love to put a date on it, we're just about 2 months away from rolling into 2026. So
Yeah,
maybe late 2026, that would be an ideal goal, so I still have that time to get some feedback, from my coach, and where can we build in this time span just to get me back on stage and see where we can really fine tune. Um, in terms of a pro card, I do believe that I need a little bit more stage experience and to be a little more versed and ex- experienced, exposed, even just being around different body types that aren't, or different competitors that aren't just in the panhandle.
yeah. So like so you would say the last show that you competed was like your best show?
I would say, on it, in my personal opinion, not bodybuilding opinion or anything, my first show was my best show. My
Okay.
first show was Muscle for Heart here in Panama City Beach, coincidentally held at the high school that I graduated from. And like I said, with an 8-week prep, I still won overall champion. So that was just a big, whew, this is cool.
Okay. So like what like you win like overall champion, so you kind of like what moved to like regional and then national?
Um, I do believe that certain shows are
Yeah.
like certain qualifiers. So, and again, we're kind of on the same page of I don't know all the right terms. I don't know all the
Yeah,
actual logistics. Maybe he can chime in.
yeah.
Um,
You
but
get.
I do know that it has to be like some sort of qualifier, and then the overall or top two then gets to pass on. Um, I don't think that I have competed at like a national qualifier, but I do believe that that is the next step. Compete at a national qualifier, and then you can compete at nationals, and then the higher up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I've heard that before. The national qualifier, then the nationals. Yeah. So
Mhm.
that it's a lot to just like take in and stuff. Like, how do people like do you are you friends with people that don't know about the sport, or like even just like have you invited like somebody like your relatives or friends to like a bodybuilding show, and like what was
Yes.
they like reaction to it?
So my first show, I invited my mom, and there is also another instructor at my gym, uh, in class instructor. She and her client also came. Um,
Okay.
so just a little external community that also came to support, and their feedback was just wow, wow. And I know personally in my mom, it kind of invoked something in her because she has lupus. And I haven't been formally diagnosed, but I've been alerted for it. So with that being said, you know, it definitely got her gears going. So she has definitely taken a lot more steps towards a healthier lifestyle. And I know that me staying in alignment with that healthy lifestyle is helping her as well.
Okay. I'm not. I've heard of lupus, but I'm not really kind of. You could break that down for me, like
Yeah.
what's the what's the symptoms and
Yeah. So lupus is a hereditary autoimmune disorder.
okay.
And a lot of the symptoms are going to be extreme fatigue, bloating, a butterfly rash,
Um.
and it can also cause some with sorry with the bloating is also inflammation, and inflammation in the joints can cause a wide plethora of things. And so I have been diagnosed with IT band syndrome, carpal tunnel, and especially after my wreck, I have sustained a little bit of nerve damage and some
Mm,
mobility restrictions. Um,
okay.
but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed that you do like I was planning to show your Instagram, but I know in it you do yoga and all that type of stuff, and yeah.
So I know I just said mobility restrictions,
Yeah.
but
Let
that's
me.
in left versus right.
Right.
However, I am also extremely hypermobile, and
Okay.
I jokingly say that I'm a self-taught contortionist. So that's where you see, the super bendy things and all of that stuff.
Okay. Can you see this?
I don't see it on
Let
mine.
me know
Like
when
on
you. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. My
There we go.
computer is very slow, so it got to give it time. Yeah. So yeah.
So that
Yeah. How
one.
long it took you to do a handstand?
um, I can't do a handstand yet, but
I mean a
I
headstand. My bad. My headstand. That's what I meant. A
that
headstand.
was the first time I tried it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. You start doing the trembling when because I used to try to do that type of stuff. I did like yoga for like I would say I forgot like 8 years or something like that, and then I stopped, and I was doing this thing called Gong. It's like a meditation practice
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So yeah, so, yeah. So you go to yoga classes?
I do not. I don't go to any specific yoga classes. Of course, I'll pull up a YouTube, because it allows that just
Right.
natural movement to whatever your body needs. Um, so I love that, and the funny headstand and the random moves. It's just because I want to be a little more well rounded. I say I'm not a real athlete because I can't run and I can't jump, but we're working on it.
Yeah, but I mean, I mean, like, but you did like well, like powerlifting though, right? That's
Yes,
considered athlete. Yeah, yeah. You
yes.
don't
I
think so?
did.
Like,
So, just in the sense of like, when you think of football, baseball, a lot of these typical sports, the main basis is going
right,
to be conditioning in the running, in the jumping, and that kind of thing. Whereas, as my accolades show, I do believe that I'm a pretty solid athlete. I'm good at what I do, but I would like to be a little more well-rounded. Instead of just being able to go this way, I want to go little all over.
yeah, yeah. I see you work on your cardio and all that type of stuff. And yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Well, my friend all the way George Page, he says Florida is a mecca for bodybuilding. Take the time to build the physique that get you there. And then he
Hmm.
also says you have to get a overall title in a regional and then the
Hmm.
nationals to be a pro.
Okay.
Then he says work with what you can do even if you're limited. I deal with arthritis in my knees. So yeah. You ever thought about like trying to be like a judge or like one of these days in a show? Like a natural bodybuilding show?
Eventually, I would absolutely love to.
Yeah.
But out of respect for those who have dedicated so much time into this sport, I don't think I have enough time under my belt yet to even
Yeah.
consider that. I've done one OCB show, just out of respect for those who have dedicated so much.
Yeah. I mean, there's some that I think they done a few shows and then they don't quote me on it because I was talking to one lady. She competed in some few shows and then she became a judge at an
Hmm.
OCB show. Yeah. One thing I like about the OCB show, the OCB shows, they're more they seem like they care about the competitors, you know,
Absolutely.
especially like in like on the stage, they try to get the audience to what's the word I'm looking
Hype them
for?
up, cheer
Yeah,
them
hype
out.
them up. Yeah, yeah, hype them up and stuff. Yeah, so that's what I like. That's what I like about the OCB. They try to
Hmm.
get people to get into to be involved.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
And another thing that I truly adore about the OCB is the accountability. The accountability because they are drug tested. They are truly natural competitors. But then
yeah.
also with the transformation categories that they have. That is
Right.
accountability in its own, because you can't make that transformation without being held accountable. So I just love the accountability that the OCB represents.
Yeah. Yeah. You think you'll do another OCB show
Oh,
like in the future?
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. They
You know,
have one. No, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, go ahead.
No, they have like they have another upcoming show. I think it's pro. It's a pro show. It's gonna be in Baltimore. Like this lady I know, she's a figure pro, and
Oh,
she's
wow.
gonna be take place in it. Yeah. So I'm gonna check it out. And they did not and what I think with like last week they had like the Yorktown. I don't know.
Yes, the Yorkton Cup.
Yeah, the Yorton Cup. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Did you? What did you think about like the wellness division, in your opinion?
Haven't seen it. Haven't looked at
Oh,
it yet.
yeah. I mean, I seen. Well, I seen the physique competitors and the figure. I, I I did watch a little bit of the wellness, the bikini. I didn't watch everything. So
Hmm.
yeah, but like in the beginning, I did watch like the physique and the figure and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like when you was competing, they had like classes like the A, B, C,
Hmm.
E, and all that type of stuff.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, yeah. So,
And another fun little fact that I'd love to throw in, I also worked for a body competition spray tan company called Hotspots. So even though I may have only competed 3 times, I did work for her for about 2.5 years. So I've been to a good number of shows and met so many competitors and promoters and judges. So that's also opened a huge gate of opportunities.
okay, yeah, that's cool. So like a spray tan, you was like spraying. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, yeah. Let me show some of your clips and stuff. Yeah, this is you. So what's the heaviest you benched?
When I was still, so I the last time I competed in powerlifting was in college.
Yeah.
So, when I flew, my bench max was 220.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know if I could bench 220 right now. I ain't gonna
I
lie.
was I may not be able to now, but when I was actively competing, that was my bench. But I'm also very fortunate. I have a very small range of motion.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I am 23. I will be 24 next month.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You look like it.
Thank you.
20. Yeah, you kind of almost look like Jodie Sweetin a bit from Full House. I don't know, a little bit. I don't know if you're familiar with her, but yeah.
I
Anybody
have gotten that
told you
before.
that?
Yes.
Yeah. Next time somebody say, "How rude." Yeah. Yeah, you see me. I mean, you're very strong. Like, yeah. I mean, you're a power lifter. Like,
Hmm.
what's your leg press like? Like,
I will say on one of my most recent reels, I was doing something for 5. It was 4 or something. I don't quite remember. But
okay.
I would say I'm not really at a period where I am testing my maxes or anything like that. Just going to grow and maintain, but
Okay.
still like lifting heavy.
Okay. I heard spray tanning is cold. Is it cold?
Very, because the second you start sweating, that's going to cause drips in your tan. Um,
Mm,
and you got to get naked. You got to get butt booty naked.
mm. Like, at your age, like, have you been in relationships where people try to understand your lifestyle?
Not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
Just because, you know, who I am on social media is who I am in person. Uh,
Mm,
and so, that dedication and all of that stuff, it's very apparent in everything that I do. So if you are gonna be close to me, like you're gonna be aware of that. But with that, I I don't even know what to say. You're just gonna be aware of that. But at the same time, I'm still human. I'm still
yeah.
23, so still dealing with life of being in your 20s. And I feel like that is definitely those moments when I rely on those in my close circle the most because
Okay.
they understand I'm strong and I'm hardworking. But I'm just a girl, and sometimes I need a hug.
Okay. Yeah. You're still a baby.
Still a baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good. Like, your parent. I mean, your mother. she she's impressed with you at your show, you know.
Mhm.
What about your dad? Like, is he around or he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So I'm originally from Indiana. I moved down to Florida in 2017. So
Yeah.
my dad and my older brother are still up in Indiana. So he hasn't been able to come to a bodybuilding show yet. But about 2, 3 years ago, I went up north and competed in an Olympic weightlifting competition. So
Mm,
him and practically my entire dad's side of the family were able to be present and see me in that sense.
yeah. You know, you probably you got potential to do strongman. I don't know if you ever checked that out, but that's too much for you, right?
Not necessarily,
Oh, okay.
as long as I don't have to run.
Do you run? Well, I mean, this one. I think there's a one like this like a one event. I think you don't necessarily running, but you have to like put like a truck. You tie yourself, and I've seen
And you just
yeah,
try to
yeah,
pull it.
right, right. I think CrossFit like you do mostly do the running and all that type of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I heard that's really intense though. Like CrossFit, I've heard.
I Let me put it this way. I love Olympic weightlifting because of the technicality. It is
Yeah,
70% technique, 30% strength, in my opinion, give or take. And so when it's that technique focused, you also have your recovery and your warm up. I feel like this is going to hurt some people's feelings, but with CrossFit, you don't have that attention to technique. You don't have that attention to one on one personalized modifications. It's very cookie cutter. And for those who may have past injuries or they're about to be injured or something like that, if they don't have the knowledge themselves to be aware of that and to be able to correct their technique, they're usually going to get injured. And I know that a lot of people who do have poor things about CrossFit to say, that's going to be their number one thing. And a lot of times it's just because people aren't educated.
yeah, yeah. How did you educate yourself? Like on what you like took a course like in like physical therapy or
Yeah,
uh,
so I started with my personal training certification at my local gym, and
yeah,
then I was fortunate enough to receive the Women's and Coaching Scholarship from USAW, and that is why I was able to obtain the level 1 certification.
yeah,
And then using that certification, I did my own due diligence of researching, and I found that when I paired researching for my own selfish reasons, such as, man, this muscle is really tight. How do I release that? I was able to share the information I learned for myself with others. And so, again, just investing into myself turns out to be able to invest in others. So I was very beneficial in that way.
yeah.
Sorry, there's a cat at my feet.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of like understanding like the human body and type of stuff. And yeah, yeah, especially with nutrition and
Hmm.
yeah. So, was bodybuilding like hard for you to get used to of understanding or it wasn't that wasn't a big deal like that.
I wouldn't say, I would say that it wasn't that big of a hurdle in the
Okay.
sense of I just had to put my head down and do it because I, again, was very blessed with a knowledgeable, experienced coach who I was able to blindly follow his guidance, not have to question it, not have to, debate back and forth about this, and that. I just put my head down and I listened. And so, if I'm being honest, the hardest part was getting 6 meals in one day. It's
Yeah.
so hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't. I don't think I'll be able to do bodybuilding. Yeah, yeah, that's tough. I mean, but back to with the coach. I mean, like there's people that you know they had like what's the word for me to say? Like the wrong coach. Like they like the wrong coach to guide them in a in a negative way, in a sense of like there was one person that I interviewed, like they coach had them take like diuretics,
Mhm.
and to a point where they couldn't really do that no more. So and I've heard the diuretics, that's really like intense
Mhm.
too. I had to, because I when she was telling me it, I didn't know what's diuretics. And I'm still, you still trying to understand, the sport and all the stuff that they take. But that's what she brought that attention to me of understanding what that is. Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah.
The When it comes to that, my coach, so if you want to, you can look him up on Instagram real quick. Elliot Derman. There's two T's. He made sure that I remember that. Um,
Okay. Let me
so
check
you know,
now.
so when you look at
How
him,
you
you'll
spell it?
understand what I'm.
Elliot.
ELLI Dermond. DERMOND.
ELLIE.
O T
Oh,
T.
Elio Durman. I spelled it wrong. You said ELLIEO T.
E.
Oh, TT.
Hold on. ELLIOTT.
Oh, okay. TT. Oh, got you.
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. Ellie. I see Elio Durman, but it's no profile there.
That's all right. Um,
Uh,
I would say,
Yeah.
does it close my camera out if I close my phone? It's okay.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
so big man, big competitor himself, very known for those who follow in the sport. I told him I am a natural athlete. I would
Yeah.
love to compete in Olympic weightlifting again. With that, they are extremely strict with their drug testing policy. And so, with that, initially where my heart was, I made it very clear that I wanted to be a natural athlete. And the fact that he was so respective of that, that was my first, this is my coach. The second part of that is, I started to hit a point where I was struggling. My body wasn't digesting chicken the right way, and I was unable to get, my last two meals in. And I was able to communicate that to him, and he was quick to fix it. He was, not just because of his knowledge, but because of his compassion for his clients. He was very quick to change it, very quick to adapt so that I could succeed. And that
Okay.
willingness to step forward was all it took for me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. Diuretics can cause extreme dehydration, which is the biggest cause of death for bodybuilders.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, do you have like any like inspiration bodybuilders that you was inspired by or anything like that?
I wouldn't say any specific bodybuilders,
Yeah.
but more of the bodybuilders in my local community.
Okay.
Just seeing how they balance that extreme lifestyle with still being a mom and, still being a dad, or, just all these things, just seeing how they balance and how happy they are and how much fulfillment they get from this sport. That was, that is what drew me to that crowd. I loved the
No.
balance and I loved the intention.
Okay. Okay. Before I let you go, what you have any plans for 2026?
nothing definite, but goals are definitely put out into the universe.
Okay.
I would
All
love
right.
to step on stage. I would love to have a game plan. And who knows if when my social media, really starts to kick off, then like I said, every penny I make is going to go to the stage.
Yeah. I seen you was doing a little podcast too with somebody. You think it was about nutrition, something
Yes,
like
so
that?
that YouTube interview was for a mobile IV company that I am a
Okay.
not sponsor, ambassador for. Because
Okay.
again, I'm all about health and wellness and being able to nurture your body in the healthiest way.
Okay. Yeah. Kudos to you on that. Yeah. So yeah. I wish you the best with on your journey and stuff. Hope you get more clients and yeah.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you. I truly appreciate that. And I cannot thank you enough for this opportunity for me to step on this platform and speak.
No, I appreciate you. Yeah, giving me an opportunity. It's not easy, reaching out to people and asking them and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you for giving me a chance.
Absolutely. And I hope we get to speak again soon.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. And says best of luck on your bodybuilding future.
Thank you very much.
All right, so good. Have a good week.
You as well. See
All
you next
right,
time.
see you